Hey guys, I'm just showing you how to use one of these Elm 327 Bluetooth devices. So what this does is it's an OBD2 Bluetooth adapter that you plug into your OBD2 port in your car, and you can hook it up to your phone via Bluetooth and do a bunch of cool things with it. So first things first, you have to plug it in. My OBD2 port is right here. And let's give you guys a closer look right here. Now the device is powered by the OBD2 port, and what you need to do now is pair the device. Now I've already got it paired, so I'll unpair it and go ahead and now pair it. OBD2. Alright, it's now paired. So what I do now is I open up this app. It's called Torque. I go into the settings. I go into the OBD2 settings. I make sure it's the Bluetooth connection type here, and then choose Bluetooth device. I've got it here. Now what I do is I turn on the car, and if I click real-time acceleration, it now will connect to the ECU. And yeah, look, I got all this information here. It shows me my revs, which at idle is only like 600, 700 RPM. But if I bring it up, it'll rev up. It'll give you throttle, and honestly, it gives you a lot more than that. You can add your own displays by long pressing and adding displays. So you've got all of these different types of displays. You can do numbers, you can do graphs, you can do bar displays, and so you have a bunch of different ones. And so you can get a dial with a needle, and it allows you to get all of these different sensor informations to display. Air fuel ratio, distance to empty, engine coolant temperature, engine RPM. There's just so many useful features here. What I usually like to do is have a voltage here. I like to have coolant temperature. That's pretty useful. Vacuum and boost, if you have boost in your car. And one of the more useful things here is fault codes. You can tap and search your engine ECUs for any fault codes that are in there, and it allows you to clear them or look them up on the web to see if there are any fixes, or at least give you the description of your error. Now it does take some time to scan, but and I don't have any error codes, so it should come back clean. Almost done. Yep, no error codes stored on ECU. So now I would be able to clear the faults or search the database for error codes that come out. In addition, what I would recommend is adding a vehicle profile. So I've got two vehicle profiles, one for my Yaris, this car, and then I have one for my Elise. What I do here is I place the engine displacement, the total weight, the fuel tank capacity, max dial RPM, which it shows is 8,000 here. Not the red line, the max dial RPM. You've got those settings with the vehicle weight is very important, including driver fuel, etc. Let me go back to now my Elise. The weight is not 4 1,000 pounds. It's more like 2,000, probably 200. Alright, and then you save that. So what this allows you to do is really awesome. It's a very useful tool for troubleshooting, as well as just, you know, gaining information that you would normally not have access to. For example, my car doesn't have a coolant temperature gauge. It gives you a little light when you start cold, that, you know, it's a little cold icon, but until it warms up, you have no idea what coolant temperature you're at. Same thing with my Lotus. It doesn't have its coolant temperature gauge, it just signals when it's up to temp, or at least within range. So with this tool, you can get your coolant temperature, as well as you know, other useful tools, numbers, gauges that you wouldn't normally have access to. Like some cars don't even have an RPM gauge. They only have a speedometer, and so, you know, you could hook it up. My dad's old 2004 Accent had no RPM gauge, and you had to just shift, you know, by feel, and sound. So that's just a quick little review of what you can do with a Elm Bluetooth OBD2 adapter. There are a lot more things that I like to do with it, which is I use it with Harry's lap timer while I'm on track, and the Lotus to track lap times and more data. So yeah, it's a useful little tool. The thing is, purchasing one is a little tricky. It's hard to find official or you know, actual good units. You can find them all day on Amazon or eBay for between $5 and $10, but even this one that I purchased is most likely just a clone or a hacked version, and so yeah, it's very hit or miss. I bought, I don't know, at least 5 of these in either the mini blue one or this one, and maybe even like more than 5, and, you know, a handful of them, like three or 4 of them have been bad, but, you know, you buy them at $5 a pop, and, you know, if one out of every 2 or 1 out of every 3 is bad, then you still only spent like 10 or 15 bucks on them. But yeah, it could be frustrating when you get something that doesn't work. Also, there are some compatibility issues, especially with these cheaper fake units, where some models of cars may not work. So I would honestly just give it a try for your vehicle. It saved my butt a lot, just diagnosing error codes. And back in my Volkswagen video, when I was heading to drop it off, I was able to clear the engine codes before dropping it off, as it was an intermittent issue. Yeah, and get out of limp mode. So that's that. Elm 327 interface supports OBD2 via Bluetooth. Check it out. Peace.